Good evening and welcome to the Newshour Agenda. I'm Madhavdas G. Viewers, can the Bengal exodus truth be denied anymore? We're asking this question this evening because while there are claims and counterclaims flying across on what's really happening in Bengal, tonight on the Newshour Agenda, we get you the real numbers. Numbers that tell you how the population of Hindus has actually been on the decline, not just in Murshidabad but across the state of West Bengal. We then put our focus on Mehul Choksi, another fugitive who's now on the verge of being dragged back to India. We saw how Tahawur Rana was dragged back after a lengthy extradition battle, and now with Mehul Choksi's arrest, could he be the next to return? What's the roadmap ahead? And is the opposition's claim calling this a stunt to divert attention actually valid? Later on in the show, we put our focus on the Khatakhat model. Are Rahul's guarantees actually working? Or are they only guaranteeing bankruptcy? Contractors are demanding 300 crore rupees from the Karnataka government. But does the government even have the money? We put the focus on that and much more tonight on the Newshour Agenda. Viewers, they faced rape threats, their kids were targeted, their water tanks were poisoned, and all of this was done with the intention to wipe out Hindus. These were the claims that were made by residents of Murshidabad as they left their homes, fearing for their lives. While Times Now's crew found multiple residents of Murshidabad heading to different parts of the state, the TMC has downplayed the situation. The TMC believes that claims of exodus are being falsely peddled by the BJP and that all communities continue to live in harmony in Murshidabad. But here's what we found when our teams hit the ground. Listen in to the ordeal of the Hindus of Murshidabad.
This woman was told to choose between her dignity and her husband's life.
हमको बोल रहे हैं जे कि तुम्हारा इज्जत दो तो हम तुम्हारा पति को भिक्षा देंगे, जान भिक्षा देंगे.
A man and his son were hacked to death.
টেনে লিয়ে গেল দেও তো কোপাইলে দুই বাপ বেটাকে. কতজন ছিল? মেলাইজন.
These people have been forced to flee their homes to save their lives.
আপনার গ্রাম তো পুরো ফাঁকা হয়ে গেছে, সবাই চলে যাচ্ছে.
পুরো ফাঁকা. তখন কি করবে জানার ভয় সবারই আছে.
Even their water was poisoned and children not spared.
ট্যাঙ্কের জলে বিষ.
ছোট 1.5 বছরকার বাচ্চা আছে, গলায় হেসে ধরে আছে. তোমরাকে মানে নামও নিশান মিটিয়ে দেব, হিন্দুর নামও নিশান মিটিয়ে দেব.
But the Samvidhan saviors are silent.
But viewers, can the reality of the Hindu exodus be denied? The Hindus of Murshidabad say that they've lost everything. They claim that they were tortured and humiliated. But this is not the first time. Tonight on the Newshour Agenda, we want to put the focus on how the population of Hindus in Murshidabad has consistently been on the decline. The numbers across the state, as per the census data, also tell their own story. Have a look at these figures, which we're going to bring to you on the screen. In 1951, this is the Muslim population of the particular area, that is Murshidabad district, and that's at 55.25%. The Hindu population at 44.60%. When you go to 1991, it increases to 61.4% and 38.39% for the Muslims and Hindus respectively. In 2011 census, that number has gone up to 66.27% and 33.21% for Hindus. Now, this is as far as Murshidabad district in particular is concerned. There's a similar sort of situation when you look at the overall population as far as West Bengal is concerned. And this is, of course, the year 1951 once again, as far as the Hindu versus Muslim population, 78.4 to 19.85, 74.70%. It has come down by roughly 4% or about 3.5% to, and on the Muslim percentage, it is 19.5. When it comes to 2011, it has gone up to 27.01%. This is as far as the information that the census itself has given in terms of what has happened in terms of the demographic changes as far as West Bengal itself is concerned. These numbers tell a story in itself, but it appears that the provocation hasn't stopped. Leaders from opposition parties have made extremely controversial, even provocative statements, depending on how you look at them, over the last few days. This completely ignores the kind of violence that has been seen in Murshidabad and in West Bengal. Sample this.
हर गांव से 8-10 आदमी मरना कैसा होना 150 वो हुआ तो सिर फुट गया कामा करना
এলাকার সম্পত্তি একটা সম্প্রদায়ের সম্পত্তি সেই সম্প্রদায়ের সম্পত্তির দিকে যদি কেউ চোখ তুলে তাকায় তার চোখ যেমন উবড়ে নেবেন হাত তেমন ভেঙে দেবেন এই কথা নিশ্চিতভাবে আপনাদেরকে दायित्व নিয়ে বলতে পারি
सुप्रीम कोर्ट है, सुप्रीम कोर्ट में देगा। देखिए अभी 3 तलाक भी है, लेकिन क्या मुसलमान माना 3 तलाक में चल रहा है क्या? तब अपना शरीयत है, अपना शरीयत के हिसाब से चल रहा है। दोनों ले हम लोग सीने में कुरान और हाथ में संविधान लेके चलते हैं।
You're watching the News Hour at 10, debate number 1 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
Let's take it across to our guest. Joining us is Sanju Verma, national spokesperson of the BJP. Sushil Pandit is an activist joining us. Tehseen Purawala, political analyst, is with us. We also have Sanjay Sarkar, political analyst, joining us on the show. But I want to start first and foremost with Biki Saha, political analyst. Biki Saha, one thing is quite certain. Whether we're talking about the arson, we're talking about the large-scale violence that we've seen, we saw the loss of innocent lives. One thing that you would have to admit is that the law and order machinery under the current government has completely failed the citizens of West Bengal. Will you admit to that at least? Biki Saha.
No, of course not. I don't believe that that our state's law and order has been anyway compromised. I don't believe it. It's a lame excuse. Yes, there's might be some glitches. There's a very bad thing happened a few days ago, but I don't think that everything is under control right now. The situation is under control, and I believe that majorly the videos and the pictures, as our party have already proved by doing a press conference today evening, where our IT cells in charge have told, and with all the proofs, he have proven that how, and it's a propaganda of Bharatiya Janata Party and their IT cell, and I believe that all the videos and everything is a part of the
You can question the
game.
BJP all you want. I have no problem. It's a debate. You have every right to raise questions. But my simple question to you, sir, is that are you denying that there is mass migration taking place, hundreds of people who have migrated out of Murshidabad? Or are you going to come out and defend it like one of your party's leaders who said, oh, it's not a big problem? I think it's Firad Hakim who said that they are migrating within West Bengal, so that's not an issue. Are you going to come out and defend this also?
No. Listen. No, listen. I believe that everything you should scan under a neutral eye. And as you are a very senior media, it's a very popular channel. I must say one thing, that this thing should be scanned under a proper eye, not yellow journalism, not in the eye of the saffron.
Is there migrations, yes or no? I'm not asking for a sermon on journalism from you. Was there migration, yes or no?
No, still I don't have any proper news or...
You don't have proper news. You don't have proper news. After people have been killed, there's been arson, there's been loot. You have no proper news of what exactly has happened on ground. All right, Sanju Verma, it's all BJP propaganda. Our IT cell held a press conference and proved that everything is fake. Please respond to Mr. Biki Saha.
Madhav, I think you put out some very interesting data. The population of Murshidabad has risen from 55.24 to 66.27% between 1951 and 2011, which means a 20% rise. But look at the fall in Hindu population from 44.6 to 33.21%, which is a 26% decline in Hindu population in Murshidabad. But that is not the point I'm going to make. The point I'm making is this. When the Malda riots happened in 2016, Mamata Banerjee and her TMC goons said, "Hua to hua, hame to kuch nahi pata." 2017 Bhadoria riots, hua to hua. 2018 Asansol riots under the incompetent nose of Mamata Banerjee, hua to hua. 2019 Jadavpur riots, hua to hua. 2021 post-poll violence, hua to hua. 2022 Birbhum riots, hua to hua. 2023 Panchayat poll violence, hua to hua. And now 2025, women are being raped. Hindu shops are being vandalized, looted, people are being dragged out of their homes, and women are being asked to compromise if they want to see their husbands alive. And what does Mamata Banerjee say? She says, "Hua to hua, sab kuch changa si, kuch ho hi nahi raha." And Sagarika Ghosh, Rajya Sabha MP of Trinamool Congress, says it is saffron goons who are creating a narrative Law and order in West Bengal is the finest that it has ever been. I am ashamed to say that the likes of Yusuf Pathan, who's posting on X, him sipping tea, Derek O'Brien showcasing he's having rice and macher jhol. The likes of Mahua Moitra have been caught on camera asking Hindus and Muslims, kuch hua tha kya?
Everyone has a right to post on social media. Let me bring in Sanjay Sarkar on that. Sanjay Sarkar, everyone has a right to post what they want on social media. But at a time when there is this kind of violence happening, people are being forced to leave their homes and go. You have members of parliament posting, their tea drinking and their food habits on social media. Isn't it really insensitive, Mr. Sarkar?
Our law and order, this is one of the best law and order other than state. Because the Supreme Court Chief Justice saying this, saying that this is UP, Uttar Pradesh. Uttar Pradesh, Lord.
Sir, people are dying. Sir, two people have been killed and you are saying this is the best law and order.
This Chief Justice saying that. I am not saying. This saying this, the fault is the Uttar Pradesh law and order fall down. This is Chief Justice.
Sir, it is not about, we are not discussing Uttar Pradesh here. You can question the BJP, I have no problem, sir. There are other questions also you can ask. But criticizing UP will not resolve the problems of West Bengal, where there has been a culture of political violence which has repeatedly, shown up its ugly head. And what kind of protest is this? See, you can protest on work for any other issue. There is no issue. There is no issue with that. Please keep your protests non-violent. Unfortunately, that is not what is happening on ground. And there are people coming out to justify it. You have a member of parliament, Mr. Bappi Haldar, who comes out and says, attack WAF critics, gouge their eyes out, break their hands and legs. You support this kind of mob justice statement that members of parliament are making?
What did said Arjun Singh and Sukanta Majumdar? Sukanta Majumdar saying, कोई अगर घर से बाहर निकालता है कोई मुस्लिम लोग उसको गाड़ी से निकाल देंगे उसको मारा जाएंगे हत्या कर दिया जाएंगे and Arjun Singh saying that is बिहार और यूपी से हम लोग गुंडागर्दी लेके आएंगे पूरा आदमी लेके आएंगे मुर्शिदाबाद में घुसाएंगे और सब मुर्शिदाबाद जितना मुस्लिम है उसको मार डालेंगे.
Put them in jail. If you feel their language is violent, please put them behind bars. No issue. But the point is, when the ruling party leaders come out to make such comments, it is going to embolden the elements who are indulging in violence. But since you put that question, Sanju Verma, it is the BJP leaders who are making provocative comments. Please respond to Mr. Sarkar.
Madhav, let me be very clear. Who is in power in West Bengal? Trinamool Congress. Who is the Chief Minister of West Bengal? Mamata Banerjee. Who is the Home Minister of West Bengal? Mamata Banerjee. यदि ये घटना उत्तर प्रदेश में होती, you would be paying for Yogi Adityanath's blood. यही घटना असम में होती, you would be paying for Himanta Biswa Sarma's blood. Why is it that we should not ask questions of Mamata Banerjee? The Kolkata High Court made three important points, Madhav, very quickly. They actually were in vacation, but they sat in judgment, clearly saying three things. First, they asked Mamata Banerjee, if you cannot handle law and order, tell us. We will find an alternative. Second, Justice Raja Basu Chaudhary and Shomin Sen said, why have you not requisitioned for central forces when you are not able to manage the situation on the ground? The third thing they said, why is it that you are not giving the BSF a free hand when your own police force is a mute spectator? This is a shameful reflection on Mamata Banerjee's competence. Kolkata High Court has come down heavily on Mamata Banerjee और आप यहाँ law and order को शाबाशी दे रहे हैं.
Mr. Sarkar, I think the limited point being made here by the BJP spokesperson is this, that end of the day, and on this very show, on this very channel, and Tehseen, Sanju Verma, all our guests have come in various debates, whether it's encounters, whether it's bulldozers, any question of government in UP has been debated. And there are questions that have been posed to UP government also. In the very same spirit, I will ask you, sir, that why should the West Bengal government not be held responsible for the abysmal law and order failure that we're seeing on ground? Mr. Sarkar?
Total failure. BSF total failure. BSF total failure. There some terrorists is using on Suti border and they're entering in India. This responsibility, not who's the take the responsibility? This take the responsibility. The BSF totally failure.
Sir, what does the BSF have to do with this? This is an internal situation of West Bengal. I've been seeing over the last several weeks. You can criticize the BJP, you can take them on politically, but who takes responsibility for the situation on ground? What is the West Bengal police doing?
Our West Bengal police is very good. This is compared with the Scotland Yard police. They are already taken.
Scotland
they are
Yard.
already controlled.
Scotland Yard.
Yes.
Arson.
Yes, Scotland.
Violence. Under Scotland Yard.
this is our police is the compare in Scotland.
Mr. Sarkar, this is not correct, sir. This is not correct. Mr. Sarkar, this is not correct.
This is number.
You know, you have a tough job defending your state government, but you know, this is completely incorrect. You have MLAs, you know, like Mr. Hamidul Rahman, who comes down to say that if Modi ji doesn't withdraw this bill, entire country will shut down. Who are your MLAs to put out such threats? What is the kind of environment on ground that your party is trying to build? Are you trying to provoke riots from taking place in your state or prevent them? Mr. Sanjay Sarkar, that question is for you.
Yeah. Because this is incident is totally involved in BJP, Bharatiya Janata Party. In Bharatiya Janata Party, so many cadre is involved because it's 3 and 4 and two RSS persons is involved. One of the Rakesh Ghosh is the involved. Okay. There and total.
Sir, if you have evidence, arrest those individuals. Bring the law and order situation back to normal. Why are you allowing such deaths to take place? But let me bring in fact, since you've invoked the BSF, Sushil Pandit, you know, it's very interesting. The last several days, you've seen several statements coming in from TMC leaders who put all the blame at the doorstep of the BSF, saying the BSF is to blame for not doing a good job of guarding the borders. Do you agree with that assessment, Mr. Pandit?
No, I think this is shifting blame, Madhav. And last thing I want to do is to blame A, blame B, blame C, just yap away on this and, you know, allow people to score cheap political points. When Hindu women, when hapless Hindu population is forced to flee their homes and lands yet again. This is not the first time it is happening in West Bengal. We heard of Sandesh Khali. Before that, we heard of post-poll violence in West Bengal. Every time there is an imagined Muslim grievance, their Hindu neighbors have to bear the brunt of their zealousness, of their anger, of their disapproval. How are they responsible even if Waqf Act is not acceptable to Muslims of West Bengal or Murshidabad or wherever else? How are their Hindu neighbors to blame? And how are these Hindu-sounding names on your panel defending these rioters, defending this incompetent and complicit police, and defending this government? I'm really disappointed. It is heartbreaking to see Hindus of West Bengal abandoned by the state government, of course, and by the central government also. I think this district should be given over to the Army and Armed Forces Special Power Act invoked there. The local police and administration have failed completely. The local criminal justice system is complicit with these rioters. The chief minister is lauding over this entire apparatus that riots against Hindus and systematically targets them, targets their women. Imagine Sandesh Khali and Sheikh Shahjahan. Imagine Murshidabad, imagine Malda, imagine Chobis Pargana, imagine Kolkata.
Coming to each of you one by one. Coming to each of you. Tehseen, just a moment, since it's the state and the center that have been, you know, their role has been raised by Sushil Pandit. I want to quickly bring in Vicky Saha. Vicky Saha would like to respond to Mr. Pandit. He says, the state is primarily responsible. Yes. Law and order is a state subject. Please respond.
Mr. Pandit was just a puppet.
No personal comments. No, one second. If he starts... one second. Mr. Saha, let me just say one thing. I don't allow this on the show. There are no personal comments that you can make on any panelist. I will not allow it. All right? And your fader will be lowered immediately if you do this again. Please do not make any personal comment. I will not allow it from the other side either. But please do not get into this name calling, because this will then spiral into another completely different debate, which I do not want to go down. Please answer the question that he is raising. Vicky Saha.
I am answering the question. But the thing is, he is nearly spoken last 1.5 minutes, and he was speaking about Sandesh Khali. What is a past matter? What is a matter of law and order? And our
nothing happened in Sandesh Khali according to you?
Taken a good care of the matter.
Nothing happened in Sandesh Khali according to you?
No, of course. If something happened, don't you think that the culprit has been arrested by this police?
After tremendous media pressure, sir. After tremendous pressure from the courts. Not of your own doing.
Of course not, sir. Of course not, sir.
How long was this individual out at large?
Everything is not like that, sir. Coming back to coming back to the original point of today's debate, the thing is, sir, anybody can say anything. The oppositions, our respected oppositions, has all the right to say about everything. It's their keen duty to question the government, but the government is serving what the government should serve, and the government is serving for the people, of the people.
Sir, these are just empty lines that are mere. There's nothing to back up the claim or the points that are being made. But I want to bring in Tehseen now. Tehseen Poonawalla, are you going to defend the actions of the West Bengal government now? Or are you going to also come out and say that it is the centre that is to blame and the BJP that is to blame? Where do you stand on this? Do you think the government has done justice to the citizens of Murshidabad?
Thank you, Madhav, for having me on the show. My stand is nuanced, and first of all, the West Bengal government, with whom primarily lies the security and state law and order, has completely failed the people of this area, completely failed. We know that communal violence and communal tension is taking place. Your reporters on the ground. It is not a question of BJP or anyone IT cell. Your reporters, Times Now reporters are on the ground, and you all have done an excellent job of that. That's point number one. Let's take the claim what Mr. Sarkar said, that BSF is involved and people are coming in through the border. Let's accept that for 1 second. Then what is the local police doing? The local police has the powers to arrest intruders. Why have they not done it? Why are they allowing this kind of communal violence to take place? Because it benefits the TMC. But 1 second, if it benefits the TMC, who is the other side benefiting? And there I agree with Pandit Ji. Sushil Pandit Ji is absolutely right. The union government is not taking any action while Hindu citizens are facing the brunt of this. The center has a lot of powers through the governor, through other constitutional means, to enforce its writs. Ultimately, it is the job of the union to protect the sovereignty of India. Now, if what the TMC is saying is accurate, that people from another country or through a border are coming into West Bengal, it is the center's duty to protect them. So why doesn't the center take that as the TMC statement and act upon it and make sure law and order is restored out there? Why doesn't the governor go and camp 3 or 4 days out there? Why doesn't the Honorable Union Home Minister come and camp there for 2 or 3 days? Now, there is one more thing. Has a single, I don't want anyone's relative, but has a single TMC leader's relative or a BJP Karyakarta's relative been affected? No. Why? Because in this violence, the poor on either side, Muslims and Hindus, TMC supporters and BJP supporters are going to face the brunt of it, while TMC and BJP bake in the polarization. The BJP is doing as much communal politics as the TMC is doing. If the center wanted, the Honorable Union Home Minister wanted, he could have acted and saved our Hindu fellow citizens.
Okay, Sanju Verma, if the TMC itself claims that people are coming across the border, why doesn't the center invoke its powers and ensure that there is a crackdown, that things are brought back to normal as far as West Bengal and Murshidabad particularly is concerned?
Madhav, with offense to none, I agree partially with Mr. Sushil Pandit, but I completely debunk any allegations that the central government is not doing enough. As far as Tehseen is concerned, let me show him the mirror. I'm not going to get personal, Madhav, but do you remember a man called Imran Masood of the famous Boti remark against the Prime Minister? He recently became the newly minted member of parliament from Saharanpur, and nothing has changed. A leopard never changes its spots, and so is the case with Mr. Masood. That video is viral on social media where he says कि दुआ करिए हम सत्ता में आ जाएं, फिलहाल तो हम सत्ता में नहीं हैं, एक बार सत्ता में आ गए तो घंटे भर में सबका हिसाब किया जाएगा, 1 घंटे में सारा हिसाब चुकता हो जाएगा. Tehseen Poonawalla has given long lectures. Union Home Minister should do this, Falana should do that, BJP is communal. If there is one party which relishes communalism, which relishes polarizing the narrative, it is Rahul Gandhi, Priyanka Vadra and the Congress party.
Okay, I'm going to come back to that subject because the Prime Minister also made similar charges when he was speaking today. But let's listen to this reaction. Once again, there's a reaction coming in from a Congress leader. This is a statement of Rashid Alvi, who has now come out to peddle an action-reaction theory. He's also cited the example of Salman Rushdie, believe it or not. Listen in.
आप अगर किसी के मजहब पे जबरदस्ती हमला करेंगे, उसके नतीजे कुछ भी निकल सकते. हमने देखा है सलमान रश्दी के साथ क्या हुआ. हमने देखा है भारतीय जनता पार्टी की अपनी एक लेडी स्पोक्स पर्सन के साथ क्या हुआ. हमने देखा है कि गोल्डन टेम्पल के साथ क्या हुआ. किसी के मजहबी मामलात में मदाखलत नहीं करनी चाहिए.
Tehseen Poonawalla, do you agree with this theory? It's absolutely bizarre. He's actually, in a sense, justifying those who acted on Salman Rushdie, who carried out acts of violence, who have, the bizarre behavior of, large number of acts of violence. He's saying that if you meddle around with religion, this is bound to happen. Are you going to allow this kind of statement from the Congress party? Are you going to justify this?
May I first answer that, and then I'll answer what Sanju says in 30 seconds. The gentleman you showed speaking on behalf of the Congress to the news agency is an attention seeker and is no longer officially has any role in the Congress. He does this perhaps on purpose to get attention, or perhaps it suits some agenda that he polarizes. I don't know what his relevance or his relevance today is. At one point, he was some position in the Congress. He's nobody today, but he continues to get airtime and attention. But may I make another point that Sanjuji said, and I'll end here. Sanjuji and the BJP is, in short, telling the viewers of Times Now, the very intelligent viewers of Times Now, that violence is happening in West Bengal because Imran Masood is in the Congress in Uttar Pradesh. I mean, I didn't understand. There is violence and real atrocities on Hindus in West Bengal. The Union Home Minister is not acting. And Imran Masood in Uttar Pradesh is responsible for that because Congress has taken him back. I mean, if logic, I don't understand the logic of this. Can you just answer a simple, Sanjuji, just 10 seconds and I'll be done. Just 10 seconds. Can you just answer one thing, Sanjuji? What is stopping His Excellency, the Governor of West Bengal, from going and camping there? The Honorable Home Minister from going and sitting there and stopping this violence? Can you explain that to me?
Sanju Verma, quick response, please.
Thank you. My quick response is this. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is not a weak leader like Indira Gandhi, who brazenly misused Article 356 to dismiss 47 duly elected state governments. The Governor C.V. Ananda Bose is in close touch with the Union Home Minister Amit Shah. He will present a report, and if indeed there is a breakdown of constitutional machinery, the next steps forward as per constitutional processes will be undertaken. We don't need Tehseen Poonawalla to teach us governance, and let him have the guts to condemn Imran Masood rather than giving bhashan. Yahan wahan ki baatein mat kariye. Imran Masood, Rashid Alvi, Salman Khurshid.
Let me bring in Sushil Pandit for a quick closing comment as well. Sushil Pandit, the Prime Minister today made a comment. He said that Congress has made a constitution a weapon to grab power. And he's obviously referring to the kind of vote bank politics and of course in the current context of the Waqf protests and what has happened in West Bengal. Do you think that somewhere or the other that is what is being underlined, when you refer to these comments? And it's not just Imran Masood. There's Zamir Ahmad. There's several such controversial comments that have come in from the Congress party following the Waqf Amendment Bill. Sushil Pandit.
I am not going to pick bones with Prime Minister's statements. There is a legitimate political stance on both the sides, and they are trying to make as much hay as the sun shines on this issue. Sometimes rightly, sometimes wrongly. The problem here is if Hindus are going to pay the price for it, who have nothing to do with this, they have nothing to gain from Waqf Act. They have actually only to save their properties from encroachment of those who use Waqf as a tool. Nothing more. And in fact, if these two political parties have to spar it, then please spare these people who are left completely at the mercy of these goons. What have they to answer for? What have they to pay for?
Absolutely. And in fact, there's
extremely heartbreaking when a woman cries and says, I was given just two options, your honor or your husband's life. Can you imagine the predicament? I'm reminded of what happened to us in Kashmir. I'm reminded of what is happening to Hindus in small hamlets beyond the reach of media. If they are lucky that you could reach them in Murshidabad, but what about those who have nobody to tell their stories to?
Absolutely. The pain,
incredibly painful.
The pain of that woman who was narrating her story, Sushil Pandit, you're absolutely right. It is absolutely mind-numbing to hear the kind of allegations or her stories that she had to tell. And it's not one story. There are several such instances. 400 families don't pick up their bags and walk out of the district, a place that they call home, one fine day. Something really big, really moving would have happened on ground. I think it doesn't take rocket science to understand that. And perhaps the state government ignoring their pain is a huge disservice given that they are citizens of West Bengal. It's not happened for the first time. There have been similar instances that have been reported of migration even around the time of elections. But the larger question is, who takes responsibility for that? and who's to be held accountable for such acts. We'll have to leave it there. Sanju Verma, Tehseen Poonawala join us on debate number 2. We'd like to thank Sushil Pandit, Sanjay Sarkar and Vicky Saha for joining us on debate 1.